After watching this video, you'll clearly understand why someone might fail, and trust me, it won't be a waste of a few minutes of your time. So stick around to see how many people's lives have essentially fizzled out. Here, I'll introduce you to a scoring model to apply these failure tips. It's quite simple, and anyone can do it. First step, grab a piece of paper. On the first line, write down tomorrow's date. For example, if you're watching this video on a Tuesday, you will jot down Wednesday's date along with the tasks you need to accomplish. On the following lines, list 5 tasks that you believe are your top priorities right now. And remember, these should be daily tasks. Let's say I'm pretending to be the owner of a clothing shop. So let's write down what today is. On the second line, I'll mention the first task I consider really important, creating a product video. It's crucial to focus on the unique features of the product compared to others. On the third line, I'll list a task that's essential for my health. Jogging. Because when I jog, I feel more alert and can generate more ideas and energy to complete my work. On the fourth line, I'll write down a task to read more business books. And the fifth task will be market research, and since I run a clothing shop. Every day, my task is to visit competitors' shops or go to the market to observe and learn which styles are trending. I'll also look at how those shops serve their customers and check if there's a more affordable or higher quality supplier for stock. That's what market research means to me as a small shop owner. The last line will be to review my business metrics at the end of the day. What I've written here is just a rough outline, and I want to show you the 5 most important priorities that I need to tackle each day. Don't be greedy and list too many. Once you've jotted that down, let's talk about the failure tip. The trick to becoming a failure is genuinely easy. Now, moving on to the second step. If you complete all your tasks on a given day, give yourself a point. On the contrary, if there's any reason you couldn't finish your task that day, subtract a point. The rules are super straightforward. For instance, if on day 1 you accomplish all your tasks, then on day 2, if you do well again, add another point, making it 2 points. But say on day 3, you got lazy or went out and neglected your tasks, then you'd subtract a point, leaving you with just 1 point. It's a really simple game. You might wonder, if I don't accomplish anything, why do I have to subtract a point? Can't I just keep my score the same? Well, my friends, life doesn't have a pause button. It's all about moving forward or backward. This principle applies to every area of life. Think back to when you've graduated high school. Remember all those math, literature, and physics lessons you learned during your school days? Do you all remember? You probably don't. It's been so long since we touched on this. The thing is, when we stop doing something, we're actually moving backward. There's no way we can stand still. Even if we were once really good at something in the past, if we don't continue practicing, we will inevitably fall behind. This applies to professionals as well. No matter how skilled you are, if you take too long of a break, you'll definitely lose your edge over time. This is something you must understand, and it's one of the truths of life. Life doesn't have a neutral gear. It's either moving forward or backward. Doing nothing means you're regressing. No excuses. It's important to act and make progress each day. So what's the key to failure? It's right here. Those who accumulate negative points over time are the ones who end up failing. Let me go back to an example I shared about myself. If I run a shop and I can't complete 5 tasks each day, meaning in a week I only manage 2 days of work and leave 5 days empty, then every week I'm down 3 points. That negative score keeps piling up. Eventually, when I look back, I realize that number has gotten pretty high. That is, in fact, the secret to failure. You need to understand that if you have daily tasks that you can't even complete, it's only going to get worse over time. The more those negative points accumulate, the closer you get to failure. If you handpick those 5 tasks and still can't finish them, then failure is inevitable. You've seen how your life starts to deteriorate. Sometimes we think, I'll skip today and do it tomorrow. What you don't realize is that if you don't act today, you've already started to regress. If you can't get things done today, there's no reason for me to believe you'll do them tomorrow. Because if you procrastinate today, tomorrow you'll already be a lesser version of yourself. You're down a point. People like this just keep sinking deeper and deeper into a hole. Then when they look back at themselves after years, they wonder why they have nothing to show for their time and feel completely stuck. Who is responsible for this failure? It's no one but themselves. If even the most important priorities in your life are going unachieved, then it's squarely on your shoulders. Scoring like that is really awesome. It's an effective way to evaluate just how poor your life has become. Of course, when I talk to you about the secret to failure, there's also a reverse side to it. All successful people understand the secret of success. If you add just 1 point each day, that number will rise and you'll accomplish more over time. The rewards for your persistence will be beautiful outcomes in the future, and that's absolutely deserved. I hope today's video gave you a comprehensive view. You can totally assess how bad or good your life has gotten. You'll definitely see a lot of positive changes in your life if you use this scoring method to measure your progress. So this brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you all for watching and catch you in the next one.